Good morning, beautiful beings under the stratosphere. I'm going to combine two concepts today. One, natural beauty, and two, the concept of I don't really exist. So, where did this come from? I was watching a clip it was a comedian sharing that men sometimes say that, oh, I just like a woman who has no makeup on, just the natural beauty. And they share this as if they were like, we're lowering the bar, lowering the standards. We don't want a woman all made up and everything. We just want her, fresh out of the shower, however God made her. And then the comedian goes on to express, wouldn't that be not lowering like the standards in the bar, but wouldn't that be actually lifting it to the highest bar, because you don't even want something that was uh, altered in any way to make it more beautiful. You want it to just come out with what did the guy say? He said, like, God's home runs. No, which are the home runs? Those are the ones that I want. Those are the women I like. And I thought that was an interesting flip on natural beauty, and we're going to apply it a little bit later. And the second was reading about this recently and hearing some people, especially actors, speak about kind of like this identity crisis where they were feeling, even when they were not in a role, they were kind of still playing a role to get the roles. So exactly who are they? No one really knows. And from there is born the concept of, well, I don't really exist, is what you kind of get down to feeling, that I'm not really what I even think I am was a role I was playing. And of course, this causes a lot of conflict at one point when someone is trying to find out, well, exactly how am I? Who am I? I mean, but this is very interesting on a frequency and vibrational level, because how I related it in my own therapy was, when your frequency and your vibration is here, and how you're behaving or how you're acting is in other frequencies, and this one is not being recognized, then there's a natural disassociation of frequency, even between what I'm saying or what it appears to be, but what my actual core beliefs are and who I actually am. And then a lot of unhappiness, unrest, frustration, unknown confusion comes into the brain. And in my case, what set in was a level of depression, because I was modifying myself to a point to retain a relationship. And I was bending in so many different ways that the frequency that I was when I met the person was known to me, and I was just going up and down in all these other frequencies, and I also ceased to exist temporarily. So when you're not existing, that's a conflict with your own existence, right? So where does this come in with the natural beauty? I kind of tied it in with the fact of the comedian was saying it in a sense of the physical appearance, but also what we're looking for to connect with other people is the core frequency of the person. When the core frequency of your own self can meet with the core frequency of the other person, and not these versions that they're trying to simulate or portray, or I mean, they're useful personalities and identities that you can use for certain occasions, like to get a part, to get a job, to get through a tough situation, but then you must go back to who you actually are. And so for me, it was a symbolism of, yes, we go for the natural beauty, but it's actually the natural beauty inside is that core base frequency that many people, I think, are searching to find. And they're still in that question, as I saw with some of the people who were talking about it and presenting or commenting on what had been delivered. Their feelings were, and I still don't know who I am. And this is the search for the frequency, right? To sit down and feel for a moment, well, exactly who, how, and why am I can be for some people the feeling that they're missing their North Star. I don't think who you are is actually the direction you're in, but it can be interlaced. So yeah, super good stuff I woke up with this morning. This concept of I don't exist and natural beauty. How is that related to altering my frequency throughout the day? And oh my goodness, once I could recalibrate into my own frequency, thanks to therapy, obviously, then that whole, it's a game shifter, that whole thing of like, so how should I do? What should I act? It confuses all your actions of how to proceed forward. I'm like, oh, but this is who I am. So I do exist, and actually my natural beauty, not only physically, no, but my natural beauty is deep into the core of who I am. And staying true to that might drop off other people with other frequencies, but it does not compare to the pain of keeping on and continuing with situations, jobs, people that are not in the frequency. We want to hold on, but in reality, the freedom of that is actually much more satisfying than the satisfaction of keeping them and holding on to that level of pain or discomfort that it takes to do that. So yeah, that was my gift this morning. And I said, I'm just going to pop on and record it in my natural beauty. All right. Big hugs to all of you. And every day is a day to wake up stronger.